What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get any further into today's video, thank you, God, for another day and opportunity. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Now, anybody who wants to join the Rich Gang family, be sure to go ahead and turn on post notifications. Let's go ahead and reach 50 likes on this video. And last, but definitely not least, go ahead and comment down below. Where are you tuning in from today? And as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, today I am bringing y'all the top 3 most rare unseen builds on NBA 2K22 current gen. So coming up at number 1, I had to go ahead and bring y'all the pure prospect build with contact dunks. So we're going to be able to make this build out of the power forward position. When it comes down to what we're going to be looking like for the pie chart, I did go with a finishing and shooting. Now, if you want to go ahead and try to make this build out of a different pie chart, you definitely can do so, but I'm telling you, with being able to maintain contact dunks on it, this is absolutely the best way to go about making this build, especially when it comes down to the batch counts as well as what this build comes with for the animations and on both ends of the ball, being the defensive as well as the offensive. So when it comes down to the breakdown of each and every one of these builds, just be sure that y'all follow along or else you are going to risk changing the build name. But as you can see, with this prospect build, we're going to be able to get 13 finishing badges, 16 shooting, 10 playmaking with 7 defensive. Now, if you were one to grind out each and every season this year, we're going to be able to get an extra 7 badges put towards this build, which in my opinion is only going to make it a lot better. Now, with the body shape, you can go between defined, burly, or built. Once it comes down to the height, I decided to drop this to 6'7". With the weight, I'm going to go somewhere around the 180 range. You can pretty much go all the way up to 185, 186, or even 187. And that's going to be the maximum that you can go if you want the highest speed. Then for the wingspan, go with an 89.0 and at 99 overall. That'll allow us to get the +4 put towards our driving dunk, which will give us an 85, giving us all of the contact dunks. Now, we get some pretty good physicals as well as the main attributes. Consider grinding this build out to 99 overall as well as bind boost. Really gonna change what this build is able to do. But as you can see, we get the post scoring takeover as well as the sharpshooting. Both of these are very solid, but to be more comp, I would go with the sharpshooting. More unique, go with the post scoring. I'm going to leave it up to y'all, but I'm glad that we get contact dunks on this build. And as y'all can see, together, we were able to create the prospect build with the animations equipped for the slashing and the contact dunks. Still able to shoot, dribble, and even play elite defense, y'all. Now, this is only the number 1 build coming up on this list. We're going to go ahead and get into number 2 right now. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown. And if you have made it this far into the video, man, thank y'all and I appreciate you. And if you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as help us reach the goal of 50 likes on this video. I would appreciate it. Now, let's go ahead and get to talking about build number 2. So with this next one, I am telling you, one of the best sharpshooting builds in all of 2K. And the reason why I say that is because this build is going to be called the Sharpshooting Facilitator, but we are able to get post scoring takeover. So what you want to go ahead and do to make this build, put it under the small forward position. Now, when it comes down to the breakdown of the pie chart, I'm going to go with the shooting as well as the finishing when it comes down to it, but I'm going to get a little bit more shooting than the finishing. Now, green and blue, but with a little bit more green if that's easier for y'all to understand. Then, when it comes down to the physical profile, I'm going to go with the one that has a 76 speed, 72 acceleration, and an 84 vertical. And once we get to the max potential of this build, you're really going to be able to see what we're going to be able to do. Now, max out that close shot, driving layup, then same thing with the driving dunk. Go with the 65 standing dunk and max out our post control. Now for the shooting, I'm going to max out my mid-range shot, three-pointer, free throw, as well as the post fade, but I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this at a 92. Then for the playmaking, max out your pass accuracy, ball handle, then go with the 74 post control, and the badges are going to be 18 finishing, 26 shooting with 17 playmaking. Now, yes, we're only going to be able to max out the perimeter defense as well as the lateral quickness, but if you have grinded each season this year, you're going to be able to have the max potential so far of 8 total defensive badges if you throw the extra 7 badge points and you have unlocked them into the defensive area. Now this is pretty much what the build is going to be looking like with the attributes. Now as for the body shape, I would go with one of two, burly or built to take up the most space. Now when it comes down to the breakdown of the height, you got to be very specific with which one you pick. So I'm going to go with 6'6". Now, when it comes down to the weight, you definitely can go ahead and go to pick the lowest. I'm going to go with 182. Then, when it comes down to the wingspan, this is easily one of the most essential parts about this build to get that post-scoring takeover, but as well as be able to still maintain the build name. So what you want to do with the wingspan, go with an 80.7, and this is going to be perfect because we are able to get park dunks on this build, the post scoring takeover, pro dribble moves, and when it comes down to our perimeter defense, this will go easily into the 80s once you grind this build out to its full potential. But as you can see, we get the shot creating, slashing, sharpshooting, and the rare, and making this build the most unique post-scoring, sharpshooting facilitator build. I'm going to go with the post-scoring just to be more rare. And as y'all can see, we have created the Catfish sharpshooting facilitator build, which is low-key a post-scorer. Now, you're going to be able to hit from deep with this build, dribble at ease, and then on top of all that, the fact that this build is part post scorer and has the potential to get a 99 close shot is really going to make this one of the more rare and best all-around builds to use when it comes down to this year on 2K. Let's go ahead and get into the third and final build that I'm going to be bringing to y'all, and this one is going to be called the Interior Big with the potential to get the sharpshooting takeover and hit limitless range threes, y'all. So if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Comment down below what have y'all thought about the current builds that I already dropped, and just go ahead and let me know where are you tuning in from as well. And do not forget to hit that like button. Let's reach 50 likes as well as grow the family, so y'all better go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go ahead and get into the making of this build out of the power forward position. Now, when it comes down to the breakdown of the actual pie chart, we're going to go ahead and pick the one with the shooting as well as the finishing, or the green and blue pie chart. Now, for the physical profile, you have two options to go with. You can go with either the very first one for the maximum speed, or if you go with the fourth, you're going to get a huge boost put towards our vertical. And I'm going to go with the fourth one, 66 speed, 63 acceleration, and a 74 vertical. Now, go ahead and start with the finishing. Go with an 89 close shot, 74 driving layup, driving dunk 75, 80 for the standing dunk with an 88 post hook for 21 finishing badges. Now, for the shooting, max out your mid-range, three-pointer, and the free throw. We're going to be able to get 15 shooting badges. Then, for the playmaking on this build, we're going to be able to max out both the ball handle as well as the post control for a total of 10 playmaking badges. Now, for the defensive end, what I'm going to go ahead and do is make sure that we're able to spread the wealth in this area. So I'm going to go with an interior defense of 67, 55 lateral quickness, 70 block, and a 74 defensive rebound. And right here, that is absolutely one of the best ways going about to make this build. Now, if you have grinded each season, like I mentioned earlier, go ahead and add 7 extra badges put towards that defensive area. When it comes down to the body shape, I would go with built or burly. Now, for the height, Yes, we start out at 6'9". 6'8" looks pretty good, but I'm going to drop it all the way to 6'7", and we get a huge boost put towards our main stats as well as our physicals. Then for the weight, I'm going to go with 270, nothing higher and nothing lower, and we're going to be able to maintain all of our physicals over the 70 range. Now, we're going to be able to get at least a 70 plus put towards our strength, speed, acceleration, and or vertical. Then, with the wingspan, I'm going to go with 89.0 at 99 overall. We'll be able to get all of the contact dunks. And as you can see, we do get the post scoring, but also the sharpshooting takeover with the slashing. Now, to make this the ultimate catfish interior big build, go with the sharpshooting takeover. If you want to go with the post scoring or slashing, that's definitely okay, but y'all already know what I'm going with. And as y'all can see, we were able to create the interior big catfish. But man, with all that being said, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Join the Rich Gang family by turning on post notifications and hitting that like button. Can we reach 50 likes on this video? Again, comment down below, where did you tune in from today? And out of all three builds, which one was your favorite? But again, man, thank you God for another day and opportunity. Thank y'all, the Rich Gang family, for your support. And with all that being said, Rich out.